Reef DVM's coming at you with the Gorilla Cart. In this case, the Gorilla Cart for kids. You know, I've had these little Red Ryder wagons and stuff. The wheels keep falling off. The kids break the little wood on the side. The handle pulls off. The bearings in the wheels don't hold up. I'm tired of it. I decided to get me something decent that the kids could work with. Why not get the kids something that holds up? So, I got them a Gorilla Cart. Everybody says these things really hold up well, so I thought I'd give it a chance and see what the kids think of it. So I turned the kids loose on putting together this Gorilla Cart. I think this is called the 7 cart. It holds, 7 cubic feet or something like that. It's a tip cart, don't get me wrong, but it's got a really nice latching system on it. And, you know, the kids do use their little red wagons for, you know, hauling pails of water and vegetable stuff, an occasional bag of dirt down to the garden. They also like to be hauled around in it. Like to hook it to the ATV. They like to hook it to the John Deere Gator. Sometimes we hook it up to one of the farm-alls. You know, and the problem is, those old things just keep falling apart. I'm tired of investing in them. So I thought, well, maybe this would be better. It's got decent bearings, got air wheels. They're like about 10, 12-inch wheels. It's got a nice axle on it. It pivots well. It's even got the handle system on it that's made to hook up to something. So I thought this would be a good gift for my kids on the farm. Right now they're home a lot. School has just ended for us. It's May 15th of 2020, and that's the end of our school year typically. So they're home on the farm now 24/7. Getting stuff done, planting stuff, seeds, stuff like that. So their cart is used a lot. So I think this will be a good addition for us. It sure looks beefy and strong. It's not going to rust. I shouldn't have any issue with that, other than maybe the frame a little bit. It went together pretty easy. I literally didn't have to do anything. I just kind of sat back and turned on the camera and did some other stuff. And when I came back, they pretty much had it assembled. So for those that think that it's hard to assemble a Gorilla Cart, it's not. It's literally a frame that kind of screws into the bottom of the cart. Couple bolts at the tip area. Literally putting the wheels on and then putting the pins in. That's nice. So if you do have to change out a wheel, it's really quite simple. As you can see here, my daughter just slides it on, puts on the washer, and throws a pin in it. Another thing that was nice is the tires came already inflated. I was kind of surprised at that. I thought this thing would have been sitting on the shelf for a while with deflated tires, but that was not the case. I think the cost of this thing is I think it paid about $170 at Lowe's. They carried them, so I went there to get them. Again, I went to a couple other places to look at carts. Walmart had little kind of Red Ryder things. They look like kind of like cheap things. Menards had kind of an off-brand Ryder thing. It looked kind of cheap. And then they had some carts like this, but they didn't tip and they didn't look quite as beefy. So I didn't invest in them. And Home Depot is literally picked over. I think they're doing just fine in the coronavirus thing because all their shelves are picked over. But either way, I went to Lowe's. They had one, and this is what we ended up with. I think it'll work. I think it'll work out really nice. I like the fact that, you know, when the girls want to put, you know, water in this thing and it splashes around, the floor of it won't rust. I certainly like if they do get dirt or water in it, they can just tip it and sweep it out or dump it out. That's going to be a good thing too. As far as the size of this, it's wider than the little red wagons if you wanted to go to like a fair or something like that. But other than that, it's still quite a nice size, even though it's a little wider. I was a little concerned as to how well the kids could pull it, especially the 9-year-old. No problem at all. Actually, with the bigger tires and the wider tire, it actually pulls easier than the little Red Ryder solid little rubber things. So that was kind of nice to see. It sure looks nice and beefy, as you can tell. There you go. It's all together. All they gotta do is put the handle on it. I mean, look how easily my daughter here can just push this thing around, even when it's not hooked up to a handle. That's a really nice thing to see. Now they're just going to put the handle on here, and the little lock mechanism that keeps it from dumping or tipping. Takes a fair amount of strength to open that. It isn't like my little toddler son is going to reach down there and easily open that and tip himself. Trust me, folks. It's on there stronger than you think. I think once they get this thing done, we'll hook it up to the little cub, and I'll pull this thing around with the kids in it. They'll have a blast. Sometimes on Sunday afternoons, we just do it for fun, go for a little 2-3 minute ride. A lot of times we'll follow one of the horses. If they're being driven in their cart, we'll follow behind with one of the tractors or the ATV or the gator. And if a kid or two wants to ride with, we'll pull a cart. Kind of fun activity. I think the cart holds, let's say, 600 pounds or something like that. It's quite a bit of weight for its size. And they have one cart that was smaller than this there. Oh, they must have had 4 or 5 that were bigger than it. They had more of a wheelbarrow style. They had a bigger one than this. They had a couple commercial ones. All fairly large. And she's getting the handle put on it now. Again, pretty easy install. Almost all this stuff is, bolts with locking nuts or pins. There's the tip portion of it. Getting the dust and dirt out of it that they put in it from when they did it. Again, pretty easy for them to maneuver this thing around. Look at that, they can hardly wait to get in it. Out and about they go. There's 2 of them in it. So there's a 10-year-old, 9, 10-year-old in there, and then 11, 12-year-old being pulled by a 13-year-old. So you can see it moves really easy. Let's take this thing and we'll hook it up to a tractor, folks, and give them a little bit of a ride. If you're looking for a wagon for kids that's going to hold up, I'd recommend this Gorilla Cart thing. I know that's probably not what it was originally designed for. More of a utility cart for ATVs. As you can see, we're going to hook it up to the Farmall Cub. I recently just finished restoring this tractor. It's just a little favorite little tractor for me. It's cute, it's little, it's kind of fun to drive. What better thing to do on a Sunday afternoon? Take your kids for a ride. Being pulled by an antique tractor. Tractor, I think, is 70 years old this year. That's the value of keeping your equipment up, folks. Having a tractor this old is just wonderful. Folks, we always appreciate you watching our channel, liking our channel, and subscribing. If it wasn't for viewers like you guys, this farm literally right now probably wouldn't even function. We don't have a lot of income right now, thanks to the COVID and Corona stuff that's going on. But thanks to you guys supporting us on our channel, farm is hanging in there and doing just fine. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate all your likes and your subscribing and following us as we work with everything from the tractors and the equipment on the farm and the animals to the fish tanks and everything interesting that we do with our garden and our cooking and stuff. Appreciate it, folks. Thank you again for watching.